Ever feel that little jolt of anxiety when an unknown number calls? You hesitate, let it ring out, and then see that little notification. One new voicemail. For Sarah, that simple notification was the start of a nightmare she couldn't wake from. It was a Tuesday evening, just like any other. The city hummed outside her window as she scrolled through her phone. Then, a single, abrupt ring, an unknown number. She ignored it. A moment later, the voicemail icon appeared. Curiosity got the better of her. She pressed play. A scream tore through the speaker, a raw, blood-curdling scream of pure terror. Sarah's blood ran cold. It wasn't just any scream. She knew that voice. It was her own. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Who would do this? Was it some sick prank? She fumbled with the phone, her hands shaking, trying to make sense of it. And that's when she saw it. The detail that twisted the bizarre into the impossible. The timestamp. The message wasn't from a minute ago, or even an hour ago. The voicemail was recorded. It said, "Tomorrow at 3:17 p.m. How is that possible? She replayed it, again and again, the sound of her own future terror echoing in her small apartment. Her mind raced, trying to find a logical explanation, a glitch, a hack, some elaborate cruel joke. But the scream, it sounded so real, so visceral. It was the sound of someone facing their absolute end. To sleep was out of the question. The night stretched into an eternity, every creak of the floorboards, every distant siren, sending a fresh wave of panic through her. She locked her doors, checked them twice, then a third time. She peered through her blinds, searching the empty street below for any sign of a threat. But there was nothing, just the silence and the chilling echo of her own voice in her memory. Morning came, but the rising sun brought no comfort. The day felt heavy, shadowed by a prophecy of her own making. The hours ticked by like a countdown. She called in sick to work, unable to imagine leaving the relative safety of her apartment. Every shadow seemed to stretch, every unexpected noise made her jump. The world outside, once familiar, now felt like a hunting ground, and she was the prey. 2 o'clock, then 3. Her phone sat on the coffee table, a dark mirror reflecting her own terrified face. She thought about smashing it, about running, about calling the police, but what would she say? "I'm going to be attacked tomorrow because my voicemail told me so." They'd think she was crazy. She was starting to think she was crazy. 3:10 p.m., 7 minutes to go. Her breathing was shallow, her palms slick with sweat. She huddled in the corner of her living room, eyes darting between the door and the phone. The city's hum seemed to grow louder, more menacing. 3:15 p.m., the silence in the apartment was deafening. It felt like the world was holding its breath, waiting. 3:16 p.m., this is it. She squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for what? A knock, a crash. The sound of breaking glass. Then, it happened. Not a sound from the door or the window. The sound came from the phone. It started to ring. She looked at the screen, her heart stopping. It was her own number calling her hesitantly, with a hand that trembled so much she could barely control it. She answered. She didn't speak, she just listened. And on the other end of the line she heard it, a faint, muffled sound. The sound of her own terrified screaming just beginning. The prophecy wasn't a warning, it was an invitation. And she had just answered. What do you think happened next? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoy stories that mess with your head, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-bending tales. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.